What's up, guys? This is Mackenzie. That's Zay. This is a So Out of Pocket podcast. What are we talking about?
We are talking about. Hold on, got to get in the mode. You know what time it is. This is real shit.
Dun dun dun.
True crime. What's today? True Crime Thursday. Talking about real shit, no fake shit. All right. Pazuzu Algarad. He lived 20 minutes from us in Winston, North Carolina. Josh Wetzler. Josh Wetzler. He was a family man. Him and his wife, they were very happy, very healthy couple at the time.
Oh, yeah.
When was this? Like 2008, 07, somewhere around there?
Yeah.
So they moved to a farm here in North Carolina. Very like dream life, the American dream, whatever. Long story short, they fall into hard times and they had to downsize. The bank fucked them over, and it ultimately, like most relationships, it ruined their relationship. Now I don't know if they stayed married or not. I'm pretty sure they did, but they did separate. Josh resulted to selling drugs and
using
and selling. As the wife said, it wasn't nothing too hard. It was like just flour and some other things like pills, I think, or something like that. And she said that he would disappear sometimes. It was normal, but on one time it didn't feel right. He just disappeared and didn't say anything to her. Mind you, backtrack a little bit, Josh is a felon at this time. So she, in her mind, she thought that he was just hiding from the police. So it didn't alarm her, you know what I'm saying? And it should have, unfortunately, because of a guy named Pazuzu Algarad.
So Pazuzu, or
Alexander Lawson.
Yes. So John did not grow up with the best childhood. He struggled a lot with like domestic violence in homes. And he was once he went to high school, fun fact, he did go to West Forsyth High School, which was really close to where I went to high school with. We played a lot of lacrosse games against that team. After high school, during high school, he got into some trouble, hanging around the wrong group of people, experimenting with drugs, and then something just kind of like switched in him, and then he legally changed his name to Pazuzu. He started believing in like satanic beliefs,
he practiced what he said was the Sumerian religion. We'll get into that later, but he made that up fully himself, is what he stated.
He became really obsessed with Charles Manson, and he lived in a house, and I seen a picture of what the inside of that house looked like, and it looked like an episode of Hoarders, but if you were on LSD 24/7.
Pazuzu had this girlfriend. She was fresh out of high school. She was like 18, fresh 18. Followed him. She fell in love with him, and she like completely adopted everything that Pazuzu did. Whatever Pazuzu did, she did. Pazuzu filed his teeth to points. She did that. She shaved her eyebrows. She did everything. She just adored this man. It was like she was brainwashed in a sense. A fresh 18-year-old. You remember her name? I think it was Crystal.
Yes.
Crystal Matlock, if I'm being correct. Yes.
He also didn't have the best track record ever.
Yeah.
She was also into doing drugs as well. They met. She, like he said, clicked. Just started really following around, kind of like acting into that cult error
Yeah.
and everything.
I want you guys to understand how his household worked. His household was by his friends. I think his name was Matt Flowers. For instance, he stated that you walk in the house, it's literally anything could happen in this house. There was people naked, there was people drinking, there was people on LSD, they were smoking. It was people were so inebriated to the point where you would go to the corner, um, use the bathroom, and the dogs would come and eat.
That, and I mean, you never know what somebody in that state could do, but
Yeah.
also you could get sepsis in that house because the what I learned was is that their floor was, if it wasn't trashed and covered in mold,
Mhm.
there was feces that coated the floor,
Um,
like human feces.
and while he was there, he would tell people, "Hey, I have a guy tied down in my basement." And
Yep.
he would literally say this as a bragging manner. And one of his friends said that, "Oh, I just thought he was bullshit. I didn't think he was serious."
I would take everything seriously with what that man said.
No, seriously.
So sorry.
What do you mean?
We'll put in a picture of what this man looks like, and then you tell us if you would take anything that he says as a joke.
And so I want to kind of transition into how I feel as though the police department didn't do their proper job. Um, there was multiple reports. One stated report that a man named Pazuzu had shot and killed someone and buried him in his backyard. Cops didn't do anything. They just kind of, whatever. Okay. There was another report. The neighbor, hi, gave them all the names because her father himself was involved in whatever Pazuzu was doing. Gave him full names, told him what they did. They went to the house, knocked on the door, asked Pazuzu could they come inside and do a search. Pazuzu said no. Sir, we really need to do a search. Pazuzu said no. He said no twice, two more times. And the police just left. And the sheriff deputy that was over the whole thing, he stated that there was no probable cause on us for us to search the house. There was not enough evidence for us to search the house.
Me personally, if I got a tip that somebody had shot and killed somebody as a cop, I would have already gained a search warrant.
Oh yeah, for
Instead
sure.
of going and just asking like, hey sir, I hope your day's going great. You look lovely. Can we please search your house? Obviously somebody's going to say no.
And so let's just kind of dial in on the timeline as well. The wife, Stacy, wife of Josh, she's starting to get worried. Let's say 7 months. She finally files her police report, and the police is like, "Oh, Josh, yeah, we found his car about 5 months ago." 2 months after his stated date that Josh died. You mean to tell me you didn't tell his wife that you found his missing car in a random parking lot? Why didn't you tell his wife? Why? Because he's a felon. I'm telling you, it is as what the wife stated. She said she feels like that they didn't um, act as urgent because he was already a felon and there was no use at this point. And so she files her police report, the missing person report, and essentially, once again, they just kind of wave it off.
You want to know something that is really fun fact? Sorry, I was just sitting here thinking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that. So, in a couple episodes ago, we talked about the Zodiac Killer and how he was in San Francisco.
Right.
Did you know that Pazuzu was born in San Francisco?
Really?
Yep.
San Francisco, what y'all got going on?
Y'all are some weirdos. And also, kind of a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
I know I said that he was obsessed with Charles Manson,
Yeah.
but he was also really obsessed with Jeffrey Dahmer.
And he has a little bit of shades of David Koresh.
Yes.
A little bit of
And
shades.
he, kind of going back to what you said about he had people tied up in his basement.
Mm-hmm.
He did end up killing those people.
He took Josh's extremities, chopped off his leg, his penis, and his arms, and dug them up in several spots of the backyard.
But
Multiple reports of assault on his mother, multiple reports on his assault on Crystal. Still didn't do anything.
but also ate, because you said his body parts,
Yeah.
not his insides.
Mm-hmm.
They say that
This is all alleged because
all
I
alleged.
did.
It was
yeah.
like there's no hard evidence.
Yeah, but it could be inferred.
I mean, if you're obsessed with Jeffrey Dahmer, you definitely ate something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like eat a piece of lung, I guess. But like he was sick.
Yeah, and so his friend, one of the people that usually goes to these parties, Sylvia, she was talking to another friend that goes to the parties that is also happens to be friends with Stacy, the wife of Josh. One night they were just driving home from a good night at a party, and Sylvia goes, "Hey, did you hear about they killed that Josh guy?" And Sylvia said that the girl looked at her with this pale look, and it was just like she was in shock, like she couldn't believe that Josh was actually dead. And the girl said, "Well, so they came up with a plan. She recorded it. She recorded everything, right? She went inside the house. Hey, did you hear about Pazuzu killing that guy that was downstairs?" And one of the guys that was in there was just like, "Oh yeah." They were just acting like it was nothing. He's like, "Yeah, he killed him. He's in the backyard or somewhere, right?" So they got the recording. They got all the names. They got people that was talking. She literally gave them everything. She took it to the police. She
and
said,
the 4 wives. And the 4 other wives, because he had
yes,
5 wives.
yes. She took it to the police, and the police still did nothing. So the girl takes Sylvia to Stacy's house, the wife of Josh, and Sylvia states that when she saw the son run up to her, she instantly knew that that was like Josh was the father of the son and the husband of Stacy, and she felt so bad that it's kind of sad about like how Pazuzu kind of essentially threw a grenade in a house and just like fucked up everybody's lives. Because everybody that was partying with Pazuzu is now either addict or dealing with severe mental health issues. Like his best friend,
or in jail.
Yeah, his best friend Matt Flowers, the one that ended up snitching on him when he came back from I think he said he was going to the army, and Pazuzu asked him, it's like, did you kill anybody? How did you do it? And Matt's like, dude, what are you talking about? And then Pazuzu talked to him, telling him everything that Pazuzu was doing. And Matt was like, dude, I went to the cops. And then that's where they raided his house. They essentially found a bunch of stuff. And they ended up finding a body of what's his name? I think it's a guy named Joshua. It was a blonde man. They found two body skeletal remains. It was Josh, and it was another guy named Joshua. I think that's his name. Joshua was the blind guy's name.
Yeah.
They picked him up at a random gas station, took him to Yadkin River, and what was said on paper, the other guy that was with Pazuzu had a pistol. They were just shooting around, and it jammed. So he went to grab a shotgun in the car, and he shot and killed Joshua. They said it was an accident. But it is known that Pazuzu sacrificed animals and he killed on full moon because that's just what he believed in.
Bunch of satanic stuff.
Bunch of satanic stuff, exactly. And so the guy that was with Pazuzu that night got 13 months for involuntary manslaughter. Pazuzu got admitted for a psych eval, and the psych eval report stated that he has not brushed his teeth or washed his body in over well over a year. While he
Once again, bad hygiene makes you a one.
yes,
Ew.
and also while he was in the hospital, they stated that he reportedly demanded to get out because the devil was going to punish him for not committing a animal sacrifice because it was full moon and he had to kill. And they basically gave Pazuzu a slap on the wrist. They gave him, I want to say, probation and a suspended sentence.
Is he still alive?
Who?
Pazuzu.
Oh no. He's not. He's not alive. No,
What happened to him?
he unalived himself.
Oh, how?
So
How did he do it?
Pazuzu unalived himself in jail. He was constantly trying to commit suicide in one prison, so they couldn't deal with him there, so they moved him to another prison. And he bit the inside of his arm right here. Police officer stated that once again he had to get out. It was a full moon. He was belligerent. He was screaming because he had to kill. He had to, or the devil was going to punish him, or the devil was going to get him. And here's where it gets eerie. Pazuzu's body had a scratch from here all the way down here when he was unalived, and he had bite marks from his filed teeth to points. He bit right here in the corner of his arm to take himself out, and he bled out. But he still had a long scratch
So
from right
maybe he
here.
was telling the truth.
Yeah. So stuff like, hey, I don't know.
Hey, drugs will make you do a crazy thing. Don't do drugs. Stay in school.
But the aftermath of this whole thing, his friend Matt Flowers, man, I feel bad for him. He didn't participate in any of this. He said he was like he's just been depressed. He's you know because you gotta think about it. Your best friend did all these heinous acts while you were away, and then you come back and he's a totally different person. And I mean, if there's a documentary on this, I think Vice TV did it on the people that were affected by Pazuzu's doing. I mean, they're not taking care of their house. Their water's getting cut off. Pazuzu Algarad is a true example of probably like an outlier, somebody that feels like they don't have to conform to social norms, but on the extreme. I mean, he grew up, man. He grew up beating his mother. He wasn't like he was just a loner kid, and he felt alone. So he created his own reality, and it was truly unfortunate that he affected other people's lives while he's still dead. He still affected them. I mean, two of his friends are still heroin addicts. They're still struggling. I mean, another friend, water cut off, still living in Winston-Salem, struggling with this, having to relive everything, but just because his face is plastered on YouTube videos and things, and he will always be associated with the name Pazuzu.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
bad,
don't know
man.
how you move on from that stuff.
You can't move on from that stuff, but I appreciate y'all for coming to our podcast. Thank you for coming to episode 4. See y'all in the next one.